Y'all see the thumbnail. There's so much drama going on. I'm gonna have to move a little bit faster today than normal. We have a lot. And listen, I'm not BSing y'all when I say that. What do we got? We got Kanye, right? Kanye. What's a stream without him these days? His issues with Kim Kardashian, his disses towards Carti, Playboy Carti, allegedly exposing him for his previous domestic situation online. Yeah, all right, we'll talk about it. What else do we got? We got Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, getting complaints from FCC. I want to dig into that a little bit more. We're gonna definitely break that down. What else do we got? We got some Dame Dash stuff. Wow. Okay. What else we got? We got LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. LeBron finally responded to Stephen A. And then, of course, within seconds, Stephen A. replied. But what did we expect with that? What else do we got? Oh, man, I got so much. I got UMG up here. Why do I have UMG up here? We got more Mo3 up here. We got Sayso P and Sauce Walker's shooter being identified. We got that today. Did Adam 22 get picked up by the feds yesterday? What else? We got some Future up here. We got going back to Drake's $400 million deal. We got Young Thug. We got Sheff G. You see what I mean? I'm almost intimidated by all the fucking topics we got this morning. Y'all see the thumbnail. I do not clickbait y'all. A lot of drama. All right. Real quick, man. Shout out to the chat. I see the chat coming in. And always, of course, big salute and shout out to the members and the mods. I see Big Yellow 317, our member. I see Random Blue Jays, our member. DMV Dollars in the building. Kelson is here. Positive Vibes was good, G. Good morning. Good to see you. Sincerely, Tiff Marie is here. Shout out to the members. Why don't I see any mods yet? Where the mods at? We still gonna work. Oh, no, I got some mods in the building. Okay, Jones was good. Okay. Shout out to Jones, mod and a member. All right, y'all ready? All right, let's work. Let's start off with Kendrick Lamar, friend of the channel. Kendrick Lamar. What's going on with him? Kendrick Lamar's halftime show draws 125 FCC complaints, a few Drake feud gripes as well. Okay, that's cool. All right, y'all saw the halftime show, right? It broke records. It's the #1 of all time, right? So I'm pretty sure most of us have seen it. All right, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show had some viewers wanting to turn their TV off to the point of writing the FCC about it, with complaints being made about inappropriate lyrics, raunchy dance moves, and apparent anti-American themes, and a few even taking issue with the Drake beef getting thrown into it. All right, my bad. Let me come into the bigger screen just to make sure y'all can see everything that I'm reading along too. TMZ Sports obtained all 125 complaints sent to the Federal Communications Commission following K-Dot's February 9th performance. An overwhelming majority of them felt it was far from family-friendly experience. Okay. Many in the bunch accused Kendrick of having a potty mouth, only using black performers, and being divisive with his set, with several making note of the split American flag visual at one point in the show. There were plenty of gripes about crotch grabbing moves throughout the performance as well. At least 10 of the complaints were specifically pissed about Kendrick using his platform to go after his arch nemesis, Drizzy, with one even going as far as claiming he used the moment to focus on a personal vendetta. You sure that wasn't Aiden Ross? That sounds exactly like what Aiden Ross said. Did Aiden Ross write one of these fucking complaints? I think that was exactly what Aiden Ross said. Critics wrote Kendrick accused Drake of straight up being a pedo during his rendition of Not Like Us. Say Drake. Well, yeah. With one saying Kendrick Lamar made fake, false, and scandalous claims that are unfounded. And Drake was a pedo on TV in front of millions of people. Do better. This is a sad day. Okay. Kendrick wasn't the only one targeted. Serena Williams was scolded for being involved in promoting gang affiliation. And there were 2 complaints about Kanye West commercial that aired in 3 markets. Okay. Worth noting, Kendrick's show was reportedly viewed by 133.5 million people, and if only 125 of them took time out of their day to write to the FCC, we take it he doesn't care one bit. But for those keeping score at home, Rihanna's show in 2024 resulted in just over 100 complaints. Okay, same neighborhood. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira's halftime show ranked in more than 1,300 complaints in 2020. So, like, what's that? Almost 13 times, 12 times, 11 times the amount of what Kendrick got for Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. Okay, so 125 complaints. Let's start to dig into why this is a topic to me and why this is a little funny to me. 125 complaints from 130 plus million, almost 140 million people that viewed it, is not going to have anybody pay attention. The NFL is not going to pay attention. Drake isn't going to pay attention. Serena Williams, who gets accused of crip walking or whatever and doing gang affiliation shit, she's not going to give a fuck. Nobody will. Okay. Now let's take that a step further. The NFL doesn't care about this. Okay. The NFL is there for business. They're there for ratings. That's one of the reasons why you guys didn't get Lil Wayne this year. Okay. It's a business to them. Of course, Kendrick deserved it, right? But the numbers, the appeal, the energy around him, the everything around Kendrick in 2024 said, okay, makes business sense. Put him there. Even if Jay-Z is one of the primary pickers of it or whatever, the NFL just still says yes or no, right? Like, it's a business to them, all right? All the way down to the commercial slots. It's all a business. They don't give two shits about 125 complaints. What really bothered me about this is not the Drake complaints. Like, that's expected. Drake has a huge fan base. One of those people allegedly was Aiden Ross that sent that fucking shit in, right? And Drake could have been the one that sent in the complaint about Serena Williams. He could have been in his Karen snitch bag like he's been recently. Like, hey, FCC, did you know that the dance that Serena Williams was doing up there was the Crip Walk? That's gang shit. I just want you to know that. You never know who's sending that shit. It could be Drake fans. It could be general fans or general people that just watch the Super Bowl, don't know hip hop, don't know rap, don't know Kendrick Lamar, don't give a fuck about this shit. The underlying, fuck it, I'm gonna go there. The underlying racist tone of that is what bothers me, right? Because let's separate out the Drake jokes and the Drake shit and the Drake beef and the Aiden Rosses and the sneak Drake fans that sent some of these complaints in, right? Let's talk about real America and anybody, although only 125 of these fucking little shits, whatever. But let's talk about them that possibly sat down, took time out of their day, and wrote one of these complaints. I take issue with them if their position is the American laden undertones. I that's a problem for me. Racism still alive. They just be concealing it. I hate to quote a fucking Kanye lyric, but it's so true. Remember the stream that we did about the hate that the halftime show gets, and I take issue with anybody that wants to just say it's only about one thing. That show is only about Drake. If you choose to ignore what Kendrick tried to use that show to do, if you try to ignore the systemic issues for a average Black American in this country, what he tried to shed light on with all the Samuel L. Jackson narratives of playing the game, dumb it down, don't do this, don't say that. And then you want to say so, you want to talk to me about wait, there's only Black dancers on stage. Well, motherfucker, you know how many places I can walk in this world and feel uncomfortable like as a Black man? Oh, it's the Super Bowl. I get it, the American sport. But God forbid there's a moment where all the dancers are Black. In 2025, who's writing that they have an issue with that? Because you want to know what? If I watched that show today and it had all white dancers or all Hispanic dances or all Asian dances, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to sit there and enjoy it if it's a good show, period. These are the people that I want identified. Inglorious Bastards type level, carve the fucking symbol in their forehead. So not literally, people, not literally. So I know who you are. Come out like the actor from the Goonies and say, I don't want this fried collard green shit on my TV. Let me know who you are. Show me that you have a problem with a Black man. You probably don't like Black History Month neither. You probably write complaints about that too. You have a problem with a Black moment. And Kendrick, he intertwined some of that into his show. Yes, it was a Black moment. Yes, there's Black pride in Kendrick Lamar. It's okay to do that. It's okay for the Super Bowl to host that, I hope, in 2025. Is there a problem with the Super Bowl hosting a moment that sheds light on the systemic issues that a black man's plight is in America, or a self-expressive black man in America? Is there a problem with that in 2025? If you have a problem with that, please put your name out there. We want to know who the fuck you are. We want to know who you are. Now, if you just want to write the FCC because you said, "Oh, it's you're a Drake fan," you're welcome to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Groupie level shit, weird level shit. That's on you. Have fun. I wish I wouldn't write nothing for Drake. I wouldn't write nothing for Kendrick. I don't FCC. I don't even know how to contact the motherfucker. Yo, but they're civilians, so you ain't gonna call them snitches or nothing like that. But who sat down? I took it a step further. I took it a step further because earlier I said the NFL don't give two shits about this, and it's actually good for them because controversy sells, and this type of publicity is what the NFL really wants anyway. Like, who the fuck are we kidding? And then all you gotta do is go on YouTube or Google, and you just could do things like Google or search uh, NFL halftime shows most controversial moments. NFL halftime shows most disrespectful moments, most lewd moments, or whatever. The videos come up by the thousands. I just grabbed one real quick. You guys know of one of the most controversial moments ever who involved a black artist as well as a white artist. Don't worry, I already watched the video. It's filtered. Okay, so don't worry. I'm not crossing any boundaries here, people. Well, let's take a quick look. What the hell is going on with these people? These people are sick with their memory.
Our first infamous moment dates back to 1989 at Super Bowl 23, with the famous Elvis Presto, who put on a chaotic magic performance that would leave even the king of rock and roll all shook up. Now let's go to 2011, when the Black Eyed Peas couldn't get it started at Super Bowl 45, with Fergie's attempt at Sweet Child of Mine leaving viewers scratching their heads and blocking their ears. Super Bowl 38 truly lived up to Nipplegate notoriety in 2004, when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson stopped the world by exposing viewers to brief on-air nudity. Madonna's halftime show in 2012 was all fun and games until her co-performer, MIA, gave the middle finger into the camera while dancing, resulting in the rapper getting sued by the NFL for over $16 million US. At Super Bowl 50, Beyoncé made headlines over her politically charged performance of Formation, which right-wing politicians and activists criticized for her references to the Black Lives Matter movement and the Black Panthers. Our first infamous moment dates back to 1989 at Super Bowl 23, with the famous Elvis.
So Beyonce got something. Once again, show me who you are. Show me who you are. Yeah, the Janet and Justin shit was crazy. I was watching that live. Dude, that just happened? Like, hey, real quick, we're moving to the next topic. We don't need to spend too much time there. I'm jokingly putting my holes in the camera when when y'all was watching me in the background because the internet is so fucking full of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? ARP just pulled the Kodak Black. He just popped a bean in the middle of his 6 a.m. stream. Let me tell y'all something, man. I've never done in Amsterdam, I had a brownie. I've never smoked weed once in my life. When I tell people that, they either think I'm lying, they think I'm weird, they think listen, I got to a point where once school days was over and I never did it, I was like, well, if I wasn't going to do it then, like, what's the point now? I'll be the one to fuck around, smoke my first blunt and die. Like, I'm scared of it at this point. Leave it alone. Never smoked weed once in my life. I never done a hard drug once in my life. Went to Amsterdam, was having a fucking a third, or not a third world, but a world tour over there, running around Paris, Amsterdam, and all that shit. We went into this coffee shop. He was going crazy, just tearing up this wild ass trip. And I had a brownie, right? So that's the only time I ever had a drug, right? Was caffeine considered a drug? Is it? I forget. But no, I'm not into drugs, okay? It's a fucking holes. All right, let's move along. Yeah, let's go, Kanye. Keep the entertainment coming, man. I appreciate you fucking character. What's Kanye up to? He's got a 24-hour cycle. Actually, he might got like a 12-hour cycle at this point. Kanye. Okay. When I saw the headline, part of me is just like, because I'm not that type of person. I don't just prey on misfortunes of people. Sometimes I feel like, yo, you deserve to get what you deserve, right? Or what you earned yourself. But I'm not by character just the guy that just wake up and say, ha ha ha, yeah, good. You fell, or ha ha, you got a lawsuit. Like, it's not really me, but damn, Kanye be fucking begging for his misfortune. So what do we expect? Kanye West slapped with a copyright lawsuit because of his support for Nazis. Now, if I woke up to Kanye West catching a regular lawsuit, it wouldn't be the biggest deal if it was just like, let's say, some music shit, like copyright because he sampled something on some random song that was on the Vultures album and he didn't get it cleared. Record label shit, whatever. Wouldn't be a big deal. I wouldn't cover it and I wouldn't care as much as I despise the man. It's not like, oh, let me shed light on anything that Kanye has a misstep on. No, this to me is because clearly it was tied to his support of the Nazis. So in that respect, fuck him. Fuck him. Real shit. Real shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Kanye West's anti-Semitic diatribes have landed him in hot water again. The rapper has been sued by a German singer for alleged copyright infringement, and it's all because he's a Nazi supporter. It's this song right here, Gun to My Head, by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign featuring Kid Cudi. I believe he's had a fallout with Ty Dolla $ign too. You go back last year, he was praising Ty Dolla $ign for being there in his darkest times when everybody else walked away from him when he got dropped by Adidas and all that type of shit. Ty Dolla $ign still stepped up, stood next to him in the midst of all his fire and bullshit, did an album with him. The album did very, very well. Now I believe he has a fallout with fucking Ty Dolla $ign as well, right? Well, everybody next to you gets burned or feels that they need to step away from you. Why is that? At what point do we say, it's you, motherfucker? It's you. It's you. I mean, we could have did that 10 years ago, but musician Alice Merton, never even heard of her, filed a lawsuit Tuesday in U.S. federal court claiming Kanye used an unauthorized sample of her song, Blindside, on his tune Gun to My Head, which also features Ty Dolla $ign and Kid Cudi. We don't even hear about the other people getting sued, right? Isn't it a collab album, Ty Dolla $ign and Kanye? I don't know, but maybe she don't care about Ty because you're the one out here with these fucking Nazi posts and she's a German. In the suit, Merton says she wrote and recorded Blindside in 2022 and first learned Kanye sampled it when she heard his song Gun to My Head on his Vultures album in December 2023. And then, of course, in the background here, we get reminded of some of his tweets. Hitler was so fresh. Good job, Kanye. I'm a Nazi. Good job, Kanye. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people in caps. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew. Also, whatever curse word blurted out there, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. Good tweet, reminders in the background. And remember, people, a lot of this anti-Semitic attack from him, it's not because his whole life we watched him grow up, saying that something happened to him personally or his family, or like as if, he has ties to like family ties to the Holocaust or anything like that. I've never heard that from him. Ironically, this all came about once he started bumping into his brick walls in the fashion industry. And then, of course, he goes through what he goes through with Adidas, right? He's Dame Dash level. And that's going to tie in later on. He's Dame Dash level as far as just finding ways to shoot himself in his own fucking foot. Now, do the Jews own a lot within this world? Absolutely. That's not fucking a secret. Whether their power structure is behind Adidas and some of these big fashion industries and companies that you want to get into, God forbid you're not accepted everywhere that you want to be, right? And all of a sudden, that's when your anti-Semitic stuff started, right? He's the kid that if you don't allow me to come into the room and play with the toy, I want to burn the whole fucking house down. That's Kanye West, okay? But let's continue with this lawsuit. 2 months later, in February 2024, Merton says Kanye requested to use her tune through BMG Rights Management, but she rejected it. Merton says BMG then emailed her to ask why she denied Ye's request, and she responded that the artist's values are contrary to our values. Beautiful. Stand on something in this bitch. Merton also says she particularly concerned about Ye's anti-Semitic racist remarks, which were made publicly and continue to be made publicly. Stand on some shit. Whoever she is, she gets a point from us. As you know, Ye has been super vocal, especially as of late, about Hitler and the Nazis, shouting out his full support, alienating most of his friends in Hollywood. And we continue to see that happen. Merton notes she's a German resident with close ties to the Holocaust through Jewish family members who survived its horrors. What's worse, Merton says she's received an avalanche of threats from Ye's fans for not allowing the rapper to sample her songs. We've reached out to Ye's reps. So far, no word back. I don't give a fuck about Ye's reps or his response anyway. He might do some fucking tweets for y'all. He probably don't need his reps. But I'm glad that she stood on her shit. Not everybody is purchasable. And look, they reached back. Why do you decline? It's Kanye West. You're supposed to say yes to anything because it's Kanye. What? I don't know fuck who it is. I have family members who lost their lives and were impacted by the Holocaust. This piece of shit is over here doing all this pro-Nazi stuff. I'm actually offended that you even contact me and ask me, can you sample my shit? Are you insane? I'll take it a step further on some conspiracy shit. Are you trying to mark me out? Are you trying to use me? What you mean I can't say F this and F that, or the Nazi this and Hitler that? I even got German samples on my album. That's something Kanye would say a year from now. I could see that coming too. No, she stood her shit like she was supposed to. You want me as a black man, me, ARP now. And somebody is out there tweeting, fuck Martin Luther King, fuck Malcolm, fuck Rosa Parks, fuck black culture, fuck hip hop culture, fuck your black skin, fuck this, fuck that. Yo, ARP and Sorry Shoe podcast. I want to do an interview with you. I'm supposed to be like, okay, because your name is what's a big artist that's a white Eminem. I'll just make some. Because you're Eminem? No. I'm cool. ARP, you are insane. You understand you can make $1 million off of that Eminem interview? I promise you I would decline. I promise you. Or else I wouldn't be able to podcast again. Well, not for me. Y'all would still watch because people like controversy and shit. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. It just is what it is. So I can't believe that they're shocked. I can't believe that he tried that and they declined it. This isn't even coming off in the read there as if she said, I'm in vendetta mode. I mean, she would be within her own personal justification to be in vendetta mode, to say, look at this fucking guy over there. Here I am affected by the Holocaust. I'm a German. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he sampled my shit. Bet, go get him. Send the lawyers. She has justifications to actually have a vendetta towards this man at a personal level. It wasn't even that. They reached out to her and she just declined. And he still did it. So, oh my God, yo, somebody get your man, son. Somebody get your man. Matter of fact, no, leave him so we can continue to expose the things that we need to not become in this world. Leave him. I take that back. Leave him. Everybody leave him right there. Keep showing us. Staying on Kanye West for a second. Peep this. Kim Kardashian says, Kanye's rants have me worried about our children. Kim Kardashian is worried about the long-term impact Kanye West's unhinged social media meltdowns will have on their children, TMZ has learned. For almost a week, Kanye has been going on escalating online rants about how he feels he's been mistreated within Hollywood, the Hollywood music industry, plus personal attacks on the Kardashians, including the mother of 4 children. Okay. Multiple sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Kim is devastated and she's worried about Kanye's actions and how they will impact their 4 children. Our sources tell us Kim Kardashian's number one priority is always going to be North St. Chicago and Psalms, well-being and safety. We're told Kim has tried very hard to protect them from anything that might affect their view of relationship with Kanye as their father, but he continues to make it very difficult for her to navigate the solution. And she's doing her best while putting her children first. Among Kanye's vicious accusations, he's called Kim a sex trafficker and a sex worker. Good job. Good job, Kanye, with your voice. Good job. Good job. That's the person that you lusted and you hunted down even when she was a married woman, though. So don't call her a sex trafficker and a sex worker and all these things now after having the kids with her. You lusted her, you chased her down, you knew her. Anyway, we broke the story. Sources told us the issue was trafficking already came up last week during the emergency court hearing. When Kim abruptly pulled the plug on North was visiting Kanye after security guards informed her Andrew and Tristan Tate were going to be at the same location. Hopefully the kids are unplugged from Kanye's social media spree, but the internet lasts forever. Yeah. And even that recent shit that seemed like, man, that's a stupid thing for parents to be fighting over in the public, which was the rights to, I believe, their child's name and the whole thing back and forth between Cardi, get this person on the album and all that. Kim is showing, at least publicly so far, yes, that she's prioritizing the protection of her kids. She is showing that. And let's just keep going there. And I want to talk about the impact on the kids and the tie-ins into court. I want to keep going there for a second. Pete, what Dr. Phil said. Dr. Phil says if Kanye poses a danger to the kids and Kim does nothing, they could both lose custody. Now, these narratives start to move around Hollywood and start to move into lawyers' offices and move into your friends and your family circles. This starts to become something that you got to pay heavy attention to.
What we do not want is for these children to wind up in foster care because that system is broken. And what will happen with these kids, and you think, well, with this kind of money, they're not going to wind up in foster care. That's wrong. If DCF gets involved and thinks one parent is not reacting and the other parent is unstable, they will take them. Now, they're likely to put them with a family member rather than strangers, but you don't want these children hung out to dry.
But that's really shocking. I mean, the idea that Kim Kardashian, who loves these kids, who's dealing with a mentally ill ex-husband who is off the rails, could actually lose custody by doing nothing, even though she loves them. That's breathtaking.
That is absolutely a possibility. And this isn't even a close call that she could lose custody of these children. I've not met Kanye. I've certainly not evaluated him. I cannot.
Certainly not evaluated him. That's the only piece that I really needed. I want to say this. I never heard that before, that you could even lose custody by doing nothing. But imagine that there's legal situations that actually has happened in, or there's legal truth to that, like Dr. Phil is saying, right? What would be our shock then if 6 months from now that is the outcome between these two parents and these children? What would be the shock? Because even let's say you're Kanye, right? You know what Kanye would say about videos like this? He would say that this is an agenda to break up the black home or the black family or separate fathers from their children, right? And I'm not mad at him for those type of theories. He would say that this isn't true. This is the public pushing the mother of my children to go to court and to say I shouldn't be around my kids and my custody of them should happen like this, et cetera, et cetera. That's what he would say, right? And you never know if the powers that be push certain narratives for whatever type of agendas. But I'm not going to reach with these theories, even though I'm aware of the logical nature of them, right? I just will say, if that is true or not, Kanye, why play to the drum? Why play to the fiddle then? Right? if the priority is playing the game to the point where you have the access to your children as you deem fit for a father, then why play to any of these games that the system has continued to prove time and time again when it comes to mother father in these scenarios that we lose? You will lose as a man, and not just as a man, or you can lose, but not only just as a man, but as a man that has this type of energy and this type of ammo that the woman can walk into court with. Why play to that fiddle? I don't get it. And I said this prior to all of this, people. Check this out. You know, this was just me interpreting possibilities before. I'm gonna take me off the screen and just tell me if this seems familiar or if this seems aligned. All this stuff that you do that just stirs the pot. It creates energy. It can make things around you dangerous. It can. And the mother of your child, Kim K or anybody, when they go into these courts and these custody battles, and when Kim K walks in there and she seeks full custody, this is the shit that she's going to show the judge. How you behave. Kanye West behaves himself like a fucking yo, Kanye, how old is he? Fuck that. Fuck that. You can't be serious. Paternity issues with Kim. Let me tell you something. These fucking I'm just saying. I'm going to continue with ARP. With ARP. I'm going to continue with Kanye in a second. You got my attention, Mr. Soprano. Let me see what you're saying. Really, ARP? Okay, let me continue to see what you're questioning. Disagree a little. How are you affected from the Holocaust? Never mind, ain't finna go there. I'm not even going to go there because we get told we complaining and shit. Okay, so let me answer the first part of that I actually understand, which is how we're affected by the Holocaust, right? First of all, history shows that Black people were in them concentration camps as well, okay? I'm not trying to say that every Google and every book is 1000% true. Some people even question the Bible, okay? But history shows that our people, your people, I see your skin color, you look a Black man just like me. Our people were in some of them concentration camps in Germany as well. Do your homework. That's number one. Number two, how are we affected? So I think that's a little and I like questions like this, and I like conversation like this. This is beautiful. So shout out to you, Soprano. I think it's a little too surface thinking to feel like if you are not a part of a certain nationality or culture, it's none of your business, right? See, the thing about America is a melting pot, right? America is supposed to be of the land of equal opportunity and equal treatment. We know that's not the case, right? This is the same fucking country that hosted slavery. There was just reports and articles the other day of a family that got brought up on charges because they had fucking slaves in their house. Okay, it's supposed to be equal treatment and equal opportunity, though, which means you treat that Black man, that Hispanic, that Asian, that white, all the same, right? When you talk about cultural injustices, historic injustices, right? I'm aligned with D.L. Hughley with this. I'm aligned with his type of mentality, which is if you want to be so restricted to only your culture, your people, that's borderline. It's almost what the neo-Nazis practice, right? It's almost like the Aryan Brotherhood practice that. Stay with me. The Aryan Brotherhood, one of their practices is just like the full-blooded white American is the purest human being and the purest person. They are above. They have rights too. Okay. So when you talk about social injustices, okay, so my plight you don't care about. Well, what type of human are you then? Or how about an Asian's plight of their babies getting killed? You don't care. Okay, how about a Jewish man's plight to the Holocaust? You don't care. You only care because you're a Black man and your history and your ancestors, have gone through slavery. That's not me. To be honest, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I can sympathize with mistreatment, period. I identify first with my culture, my nationality, and my people first. I'm a born black man in America, but I still register with the next man's plight, and it doesn't even have to be racist or cultural based, right? If it's not my family, I don't care. Nah, if I hear something about the next man's family, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. What happened to that man's child? I do care about what happens in the house next to me, or the neighborhood after me, or the culture that's outside of mine, because I'm a human first. I don't mean to come off like that in a fucking a racially charged conversation or debate, right? But there's nothing wrong with being sympathetic to the Holocaust as a black man. Okay. So how does it actually affect us? Well, here's another way. Kanye West is one of ours. Air quotes. He's a voice. He's a successful black man. They say at one point, if not right now, the richest black American and all this type of stuff, billionaire status. I don't like to see our goats fall. If you're an asshole, I'm expose you in a way where, like Kanye, I ride his heels in a way where we are aware. I want to remove people that actually respect him as a man by shedding light on what he does that is negative and harmful to us, right? So walking around as a black man, especially given our past and what we've gone through, to walk around and say things like fuck the Jews, or I'm pro Hitler or whatever, that's not good for us. That's not a good representation for us. He's one of our voices. That's one of my biggest issues with him. His influence is crazy. His influence is through the roof. He's one of our voices. And then when we cut on the news, they don't even reference us as human beings. They reference us as fucking rappers. Another rapper this. They stereotype us. And that's not being socially responsible with what Kanye West is fucking doing. It's not being responsible for him, for his family. Obviously, we're just going through, this ain't just me. This is shit that's all over the internet about him and his children. It's not responsible for him, his family, his friends that keep walking away from him, obviously, his businesses, or for even us that are within the hip hop culture. That is not a good representation of us. We don't have a problem with the Holocaust, and we don't want Jewish people to shit on slavery either. You get it? I don't want to meet a Jew that disrespects slavery. So then a Jew shouldn't want to meet a black man that disrespects the Holocaust. You with me, Soprano? And I see this follow-up that you have here as well. It says, when somebody says something about slavery and all that shit, I want you to be just as loud. First of all, I pick the battles that I choose to pick. Nobody tells me how to talk. I know the ground that I walk. I know what I stand. Okay. I breathe the shit that I'm talking. When this camera is cut off, this is me. I do this live for a reason. This is how I walk around the earth. Okay. Just because I don't come on here and say to you, hey, everybody, I'm pissed off because I just read a newspaper article of somebody using the word nigga. I don't have to come on the camera and say, I just want to be just as loud so that you believe me that I'm consistent. I walk around like this every fucking day. Okay. On camera, I pick my battles because this is still a podcast and I stick to hip hop. Doesn't mean that in my real life, I don't got a problem if my neighbor says the word nigga. Open up your mind a little bit, Mr. Soprano, or learn who I am. And if you don't learn who I am just from watching me, I'll have segments like this to actually tell you. So I hope you gather something from that part of the debate or conversation in regards to Holocaust and why people should or should not care, as well as who I am as a man. All right, shout out to you, Soprano. I appreciate that because I think that's still good for conversation. All right, back to Kanye. Back to Kanye. Hold on. This Carti shit continues. We're not gonna pull up the footage because it was already on YouTube, but Kanye West leaks police body cam footage of Playboy Carti allegedly choking and strangling his pregnant girlfriend. Now, once again, allegedly, we believe, and we already read, I think, is that person was Iggy Azalea. They keep saying woman or girlfriend as if she's not a big name in the industry. This shit is crazy. Iggy Azalea is the baby mother of Playboy Carti, right? They have a child or children together, okay? And this whole thing of you not being on Carti's album, and then I did play it fair, the whole thing about if Playboy Carti tried to reach out and get your daughter on a song and all that, I think that he crossed the line there. I'm gonna call a spade a spade if that's what he was doing. Y'all are playing these I'm gonna mess with your kid games between each other, right? So if that's the justification, I'll leave that one alone. I ain't gonna go anti-Kanye on that one, but it's continuing. He's got a big platform, he's got a big voice, and I guess right now he's trying to pull a fucking Kendrick and Drake, or how actually Drake tried to pull this on Kendrick, right? Drake was the one that was accusing Kendrick in the middle of their battle of domestic violence, right? When you beat on your wife and all it is all that shit, right? So now Kanye's doing that to Carti. He's playing these type of games or whatever. Didn't they say Bully just went number? I didn't listen to it yet, but then they say Bully just went like number 1 or something like that. I mean, if this is all for attention, which is a big part of Kanye West's personality, and he's bleeding that into his fucking album dropping whatever, then you did it. But you started a lot of fires in the midst of this. Yeah, your album went number 1. You got all the spotlight and all the attention that you wanted. You wanted to make sure that the Grammys featured you as well. So your wife pulls up and countdown 3, 2, 1. Drop your jacket. Let's go viral. Hey everybody, look, we did the same numbers on Twitter or social media that the Grammys did. He literally posted this shit. We get it. You got to have the spotlight. It's all good. Do your fucking thing. But there's a cost to pay for the type of shit that you do. So when Jay-Z and Beyonce gets at you, or when they sue you, or when they come for you for you calling their kids retarded and all this shit and attacking their family constantly, or when you got to deal with this German singer's lawsuit for sampling their shit as somebody that wants to be all of a sudden supportive of Nazis and Hitler and all this type of shit, these are the fires that you burn. I mean, that you start when Kim walks into court and says, look at all this shit. I don't want him to have half or 50% custody. Listen, your album sold. You did your thing. You got the spotlight. You are the focal point of a lot of conversations right now, as you always demonstrate that you have to be. Hey, Taylor Swift, this is my turn. Cool. But all the fucking fire that you fucking blaze in the meantime, good job. Good job. You have to find a different route if this is all about fucking attention and sales. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can. I don't know. He's a fucking genius musically and artistically, but it's just an asshole of a person. I'll leave Kanye alone. All right. That's enough Kanye for today. All right, let's go. LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. I guess Stephen A. was going to do what he was going to do and have his own position in it until LeBron had his chance to speak. And he finally took the opportunity. So let's see what LeBron had to say.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, you would be talking about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job to criticize. Yep.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A.
Or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players, and I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair and his tidy whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax. Like seriously. Or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all.
Now, Stephen A. Smith came. I mean, come on. He's got his platform, he's got his podcast, and he's a very debative and combative person when he wants to be. I'm not mad at him for it though, you know, but let's get into some of Stephen A's response just that fast.
Person in this ordeal that's telling the truth, and it's me. I don't lie to y'all. His ass lies a lot.
It's up.
And there's a lot of shady stuff that he does. And one of the things is his passive aggressiveness and the two-facedness and smile in your face and dig you behind the back. I happen to know that about him, which is why I don't like him. And he don't like me. But it doesn't stop me from being fair and calling it like I see it. We ain't exchanging Christmas gifts. We ain't having Thanksgiving dinner together. What you bring your son up in there for? What you bring your family up in there before? You gonna go on Pat McAfee show, talk about you gonna protect your house. What you talking about? Your son ain't at the house. He's at crypto.com arena. We ain't covering him in Brentwood. We covering him in downtown LA at the crypto.com arena. Where you put him.
Ooh.
Now I happen to believe that he's going to be ready. I think Bronny's gonna be an NBA player. I believe it.
He already is.
But LeBron did this.
That was disrespectful.
One person in this ordeal that's telling the truth, and it's me. I don't lie to y'all. His ass lies a lot.
What's up?
And there's a lot of shady stuff that he does. And one.
Oh man, you know, I know there's the bigger piece that's going viral is the part where Stephen A. Smith says to LeBron, now when I stood up, when he was there, of course, don't get it twisted, he would have beat my ass. But this ain't no Chris Rock and Will Smith moment. I would have definitely swung on him. We would have got rocking. Like, yo, but what's funny is LeBron actually responded to that by posting what it would look like if he would have swung on him. B, did y'all see this shit? Insane. Like, LeBron got a little bit of a sense of humor, man. You gotta give him credit.
Yeah, make it more fruit.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, make it more fruit. Yeah, push.
Now, the nice guy side of me says, I got an excuse for Stephen A, but then I also got a critique for all fathers in the world. The excuse for Stephen A. Smith is we've seen him box right there, right? And we've seen him play basketball. We've seen him do physical activities. He looks horrendous. He looks horrible, right? So my excuse for Stephen A. Smith is, you know, sometimes there's those kids that they didn't get that genetic addition to their makeup of physicality. It's the guy that when he throws a baseball, it looks like he's throwing it with his left hand all the time, even though it's his dominant hand. It's like, ugh. Right? It's just like, it's the guy that can't never develop the ability to throw a straight punch. He can't catch a ball that well. He can't throw with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in school, I don't give no fuck about hockey, but in my gym, they rotated the sports, and not with skates or nothing like that, just with regular sneakers. We played hockey. And I think the position is called the center, like the position. I don't know hockey at all. The center, which is the person that could go on both sides and go everywhere. I was turned into the center because I'm good at anything. I'm not a volleyball player, but I played some volleyball and I was good. Like, I adopted it pretty well. I'll fuck y'all up on the basketball court. Some of y'all see my old YouTube videos that I put up, calling out people like Swave and fucking Daylight and all that type of shit. They like a ball. I ain't gonna lie. Swave called me last year asking me to play for his team that he was putting together. Niggas know I could play ball. Niggas know I boxed for a little segment of my life too. My father's Golden Gloves. Doesn't mean that I'm Golden Gloves. I'm not. I don't want to come off the wrong way, people, or get my ass whooped just like the next man, right? I could fight. I could play sports. I played football as a kid. I had the little C on my jersey. You know what that is? Captain. All right. Ass niggas. I like play these sports. I'm athletic. You know what I mean? And not everybody is born with that shit. But Stephen A. Smith, you look crazy. And on the other side now, fuck your excuse. Fathers, make sure your fucking son, you maximize his athletic ability, right? It's something that he's going to be confronted with for his entire life, from other kids in schoolyards, from sports opportunities, recreational opportunities, defending himself, responsibility, right? Make sure your fucking son at a kid age knows how to throw a punch. Don't get this age and look like this. Like Stephen A., you can't convince me that you've had, I don't know how many fights the man has had. I'll leave it alone, but he looks insane there. All right. I'll close that out by saying this. When it comes to the continued LeBron and Stephen A. Smith feud, which is now, I think, grown, because there's no Stephen A. Smith could do his job. I think he could, give analysis for what's going on with the Lakers. Is LeBron in the MVP run-ins? Did he have a good game last night? I think he could separate the two while he's doing his show, but he's going to continue to provide overtones. He's going to take his opportunities where they fit to take a shot. If LeBron gives him ammo, he's going to use it. And that's just what it's going to be. That's what media, that's the relationship between media and artists and athletes. That's just how it goes. Sometimes it's good to have those relationships, and sometimes you don't. And you can see it the way that these media representatives talk when they don't get along with you. So him getting to the point now where he's publicly and boldly, he's a liar, he's a shady person, he's this, he's that. It's up. It's up. So they'll have their feud forever now. And it is what it is. I still stand where I feel like they both have justifications. LeBron didn't just approach him as a athlete that wanted to defend a player, but that was a father. And you're a father before you're one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So I understand the emotional trigger that he had when he walked up on Stephen A. Right? But then I also understand that Stephen A. has provided coverage that seemed to be close to the truth as it relates to Bronny. And it was hilarious what he just said in that clip that he played. He said, I think he's going to be an NBA player one day, as if he wasn't already drafted and is making $8 million from the LA Lakers. That's a fucking shot. Like, that's a super shot. He's still not an NBA player, even though he's sitting there with the team. Like, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's a shot. But I will leave it there until they have their little spat again. LeBron seems to be pretty reserved in the public with shit like this, which is good for him, right? It was a clean-cut image. He doesn't need to go back and forth with Stephen A. Smith for every time Stephen A. says something that he doesn't like. All right, let's keep it moving, man. We still got a bunch of shit to go over. We got a lot of shit to go over still. This one I'll try to keep quick. We gotta keep it even for the stuff that matches the topics that we've been covering. Why is UMG in a whole different lawsuit with Limp Bizkit? $200 million lawsuit moves ahead after judge denies Universal Music Group's motion to dismiss. Okay, look at this. Let's look at the caption. Game-changing precedents are about to be set, and everyone on the side who's too stuck up to read even a second of the cases presented and are hung up on some non-existing culture rule, which even by your own logic doesn't even come into play here, can go kick rocks with open-toe sandals, knowing full well labels ain't shit, but having no integrity because you fake hate Drake so much. Nasty work. So this was a Drake-inspired caption or fueled caption, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'll be the first to say, or one of the many to say, that a lot of people know that these record labels ain't shit and they're opportunists and they will burn you and fuck you over. You could see what was happening in the depiction of Straight Outta Compton with, those guys. It was politics that tore that group apart. tore that group apart. If you ask me, you know, a legendary NWA, it tore them apart. Look what the Locks went through with Diddy, right? How many people have had major deals, have come out and complained about something, or have had issues, or felt like they got robbed, or, you know what I'm saying? So Limp Bizkit suing UMG. I don't know why this caption makes it sound like because of the Drake and Kendrick shit, nobody will ever hear out a lawsuit in the hip hop world, or we think that it's always just or unjust for UMG to be in a lawsuit. If UMG owes Limp Bizkit $200 million, I think Limp Bizkit should get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't see, that's the thing. People, we don't need to fold everything. When you do that, that means that you are greatly affected by the Drake and Kendrick shit. And that battle makes you choose a side no matter what. Like, look at this post and how it's got the Ja Morant.
To the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters.
See, Drake has nothing to do with this lawsuit, but people see a UMG lawsuit and they think Drake. Like, this Limp Bizkit shit, UMG might be getting what they deserve. I don't know. The Drake case, we analyzed, and most of us feel the way we feel about that. Two things can be true. So, people, let's not just, if you're on this channel, we don't hate or love UMG for Drake. Who is Drake? Drake is another artist that we listen to. We don't do the groupie thing over here. You can't tell us that the sky is purple. I don't give a fuck how big the artist is. If I disagree, I disagree. If I agree, I agree. Period. So, check this out real quick. What is this? This is just like a little quick visual and talking point of what's going on.
Limp Bizkit is back, but this time it's in the courtroom. Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit have just filed a massive $200 million lawsuit against Universal Music Group. The band claims UMG has been withholding royalties intentionally. With over 3 billion streams in recent years, Limp Bizkit alleges that UMG's royalty systems are designed to hide their true earnings. And this isn't just recent. The lawsuit claims unfair practices dating back to the 1990s when the band first signed with UMG. Durst also says he was promised a 50-50th profit split on certain ventures and 10% profits from the band Stain. But those payments stopped in 2012. Limp Bizkit hopes this lawsuit will uncover the truth and potentially help other artists who might be facing similar issues. They are seeking damages and a transparent accounting of their earnings. As of now, UMG has yet to respond.
Well, that's one thing Drake ain't claiming. Drake ain't claiming that he stopped getting paid. He probably got his 400 up front or some shit. I don't know. Speaking of that, I'm gonna have a tie into that. Give me about 10 minutes or so. We're gonna get to that later. Like I said, we still got a bunch of stuff to get through. Okay. All right. So drop a comment below if you want me to start following the UMG and the Limp Bizkit lawsuit. If y'all want me to follow that as well, we will start pulling up paperwork updates to that case. Limp Bizkit is not necessarily a group from a music standpoint that I've really followed over the years. So that's probably why it's not really on my radar as much. But the tie-in to these corporate structures and legalities, which we do a lot on this channel, and we're all learning more and more and more. Let me know if y'all want me to cover it, and I'll pick that up into our news cycle. Okay. This one I'm not going to turn into a topic. It's just with all the stuff that's going on related to Big U and, you know, the Yellow Beezy stuff and all the stuff that's going on. I just want to keep showing myself and everybody else that's here the self-snitching, that the level that it's on. And once again, I'm kind of new to some of these lyrics, even though I knew these guys back then, but it's wicked to watch now.
Now look at him. I tough for Mo3 and I tough for Yellow Beezy, but I'm not trying to see these two out here incriminating themselves over something stupid.
Turn me up. Interviewers be asking me, like, what's up with you and these rappers in the city? I don't none of these saying rappers, they scared of me. That's on gang. Read between the lines, this ain't a song. I'm the one that shadow boy, act like you don't know. Internet beef, I decline it. But in person pull up, then I walk them down. First we hit up that rapper, then hit up that sprinter. I know all about they little hideout. Yeah. The Heavenly Father, I know that I see. In the city, they talking, they know what I need. For real. Hit up that rapper, you made him famous. Yeah, he barely made it, but we're not again. All I see is yellow, taping Beretta. Outside, I ain't lacking, don't think that I'm me. Yeah, I'm lit up. Yeah, bro split up. What? They had to click up. After I hit up old boy on my mama. We got my dick sucked. Gang. I got the window with that big 4-wheel. Caught you like that nigga had that burner on his hip, but I still whacked him. They put money on my head like they paying for hits. Well, it's free when I jump out, so I ain't paying for shit. I know some shit that they don't know I never told, man. The last nigga that we smoked, he was a no-name. Read the news and think about what you just read and ask yourself, do you really want that? I am the truth. Y'all asking about a body in Fort Worth. What? Hit my show, but I do not recall it. You heard that rapper got shot on the tollway? No, I don't. Who? Whatchamacallit? Yeah, they murder. What? Murder.
See, now, me and him, we were cool money. You see what I'm saying? That's my dog. We still be cool right now. If he go say what he said and go be like him, what he really meant or however he meant it. Yeah. If it wasn't nothing towards me, you gotta say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that was my, and I vouch for him on every level. So if it ain't the same, it ain't that. But man, that ain't talk shit. Yeah,
yeah. If the guys that did it apologize to you, they came in
apologizing, there you know, ain't no apologize. We done went too far. Ain't no apologize. I can't see now that shot me. Point blank period. I don't give a that's just me. You not finna come and try to say I'm the that shot you and think you finna walk away. I'm gonna get my lick back. Ain't no walking away. Nah, ain't no shaking my hand. It's too far gone. I'm gonna shoot at you or you gonna shoot at me on God, on my son. That's it. Like I done ran into like that I had the history with. You get what I'm saying? And when none of us hit, you get what I'm saying? So I can shake it. That's cool. Like ain't on it no more. Actually pop you, that's a whole different.
Shot a couple of my partners. We gonna ride about it. Bet your partner got popping. You ain't ride about it. Woo! Boom! 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 Send some shot through their window. Hit them up. I heard they kill folk. Caught another one slipping. 10 folk. Man down. Better get low, nigga. Get ghost. Tell him to laugh now. Heard they jumped up out the whoop. He got ran down. Why you ain't tell him before the beef? You were fanned out. Everybody was instigating. Look how it panned out.
Now look at him. I talk for Mo 3 and I talk for Yellow Busy, but I'm not trying to see these two.
Yeah, y'all see what we saying in the chat. I fully agree. Mo 3, his music is tough. He could rap. That man could rap, but he's just the shit he was just saying though. It's just, I mean, it is what it is, man. All right, let's move on. So did y'all see the shooter in the Sauce Walka and Sayso P shooting has been identified all the way down to his face and his name. It was going to be a matter of time in today's world. Y'all know what it is. Look at this. Sauce Walka's Memphis police ID suspect in Sayso P's murder. Memphis police officers have been working around the clock to find the gunman responsible for killing Sauce Walka's artist Sayso P and shooting Sauce in the leg. And police released photos of one of the suspects on Wednesday, charging him with murder. And they got his mugshot crazy right here, down to his name. Look at this, Jaden Dandridge. That's wild. I know somebody with this last name, and if you watch this stream today, text me. You better not be related to him. I know that what I just said is sarcastic, but text me. I ain't gonna say his name, his first name. I know somebody. Wait a minute. Let me clarify that further for the authorities that be watching the internet. I can prove that I really have legitimate friendship, business type shit with somebody with the same last name, and he has, and I have no link. You better not have it. Yo, text me, man. Matter of fact, there we go. Yeah, text me because that's record of proof about what I'm saying here on this stream. Yes, and I'm gonna screenshot and save the text message in case they come knocking on my shit. I'm dead serious, y'all. That shit bugged me out when I see the name. A warrant of 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge has been issued, and he is facing several charges on top of first-degree murder, 2 counts of employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony and auto theft. 2 counts of employment? Did they mean deployment? Yeah, the footage don't really show too much, so we don't need to spend time there. Well, at least that footage doesn't. As we reported over the weekend, Sauce and Sayso were blitzed outside the Westin Hotel in downtown Memphis in an ambush of bullets in broad daylight. Police are confident that that they pinpointed Jaden accurately by combing through several hours of surveillance footage and dot connecting. And peep this video that they got of him. They point out the car. They stop. They point out him. They see what he's carrying there. This other man still got the mask on. Change size of the car, whatever. Ugh. And I believe that they say this guy is 21 years old. If they put your face and they got these type of ties to you, they got the license plates, they got the cars, they got your name first and last. That means potentially, unless somehow that type of footage of you hopping out the same car that was at the crime scene and wearing the same clothes and happen to hop out with a fucking gun, and if you just happen to beat this, which seems impossible, but if you don't, right, with a Johnny Cochran dream team, which I doubt this young 21-year-old man can afford, right, your life is already over there. Because even if you don't get caught, like, life as you know it is over. Like, what are you gonna, like, let's say he's getting money right now. You got to leave all that and go to some non-extradition country. And I think we saw a lawyer breakdown that even if you're in a non-extradition country, it doesn't suit these countries to have those type of issues with the United States. You know, like, if they find out that you're harboring a fugitive, whether you extradite or not, they're going to cooperate. If the United States says, hey, you got somebody over there that we need, they're going to say no problem. And they're gonna cooperate with the United States of America, right? I mean, if you really want to get on some non-extradition, you got to be somewhere that hates the United States. I would, like, they say allegedly. That's why Steven Seagal went and took his ass to Russia, right? Because he has some shit, you know, that involved kids. Allegedly. He's like, I'm out of here. Or you got to go to China or some shit, right? Go to these places that don't necessarily have the best of relationships with America. Other than that, you think you want to go somewhere that's nice and warm and all that shit because they don't have some policy in place? They're going to say, what do you need? No problem, America. We got you. You know, and then you got to get over there and figure it out. Like, you're going to continue your career. You're going to walk around bold-faced. You're going to become a millionaire. Your life is over. Once you did that last week, your life is over. You know, and it's multiple lives lost. It's the cycle that we all know, and we say it to the point where it sounds cliche, but these young men and women continue to involve themselves in this shit. I don't want to run into the deep topic of it right now, but he's been identified, and his days will remain numbered as a free man. And it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. I don't know how true this is. We're at a point where I got to question if No Jumper is willing to say that he got picked up, Adam 22, by the feds for content. I actually got to question it now. He said he got the knock on his door. We covered that. And it makes sense for the feds to be knocking on Adam 22's door, considering that the No Jumper podcast is one of their tools. I feel like in this case and other cases as well, right? So it makes sense. But now this right here, No Jumper Adam 22 allegedly has been picked up by the feds. You see Whack 100 speaking on it as well.
Attorney try to get him down there so Adam don't be doing no telling, bro.
Man, they saying Adam locked up all on the blogs. What's going on?
They came and got him this morning, bro. They doubled back. They came by there. We try and have him out because he's supposed to go live today, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to go live at 4 p.m. And the crazy thing is, Adam texted me.
They're going to have him out by like 2:30. We can get him out by 2:30 and still make it to the building.
Adam texts me every day, and I ain't heard from him today.
Listen, bro. I sent Alex Kessel down there. He said he gonna have him out by 2:30, right? He ain't got no nothing. He's not, he ain't no flight risk or nothing. I didn't need to, I said, Alex, just use whatever, he said, nah, he got everything he needs for this portfolio. So he should be free by 2:30, and that means he should make it back. What time is he supposed to go live today?
What time is he supposed to go live today? See, when I watched this early this morning, that's what was catching me. It was just like, I don't put nothing past Adam 22. Of course, he already shows us the type of person that he is. Whack is he's Mr. Content. We got the content. We got the content. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Jay's saying Whack 100 is up there with Charleston White. For me with being annoying. Yeah. He's got some entertaining shit. He's got some annoying shit as well. If this is all a skit, wouldn't be shocked, wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, like, this whole platform is, and the paperwork is out, they already are being engaged at some levels by the feds. So you wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. If they knocked on your door and then 24 hours later they grabbed you, I'm not saying if he was charged. I mean, who knows? It wouldn't shock me if Adam 22 is in front of the feds right now, and it wouldn't shock us if this is all for content. I think they're gonna bleed this. When it comes to Big U, when it comes to Brick Baby, when it comes to Loose Cannon, it's all content for them. And I think the only moral thing that they can do based on how they're carrying the situation is make sure that they're taking some of the money that they make from this fucking content and go send it to your boy Brick Baby's lawyer, because that's your friend, right? Adam 22, that's your employee, right? That's your homie, right? Y'all are friends, right? But make sure you put some money on the man's books or helping out with his legal fees then. If everything is content, I just wouldn't be having no conversations around this shit, knowing that I'm already in the fucking paperwork. But skit or not, I'm not shocked either way. All right, this one is a little bit more detailed, and we got some footage to watch in this one that is just like, dude, what are you doing? All right, Dame Dash, man, ordered to pay $4 million to old foe in defamation suit. Okay. Damon Dash is getting hit where it hurts in his pockets because he's been ordered to cough up several $1 million in a lawsuit filed by an old nemesis. Now, let me stop there. $4 million right now for Dame Dash is insane. Like, Dame Dash is clearly already showing, where he's at financially. He could be living better than most, but the thing is, when you have those type of assets and you have those type of bills on you, you need those level of finances to continue to come in to sustain yourself. And that's why the 50 cents of the world and people are running around saying like, yo, Dame Dash is broke or he's fucked up. And you start seeing him trying to say, hey, if anybody wants to buy this piece of the Rockefeller catalog, I'm going to throw in this Rockefeller chain. It's like, he's showing it, him podcasting, him wanting to get into that beef with 50 Cent. Hey, let's drop on the same day. He's not in a good spot. That's why he's also doing things like Kevin Hart should be looking out for me more. I put him in his first movie and all this. He's showing how much he's in a bad spot. And then all these legal situations, then you go ahead and you lose a $4 million lawsuit. This guy, it's like the second half of his career, he's been in legal stress and financial stress, the second half of his career. And some of it might be just, I think that Dame Dash has taken some positions that have just been stand up where it's just like, nah, I'm not going. But some of it has also been the nature of his personality and his hard-headedness. That's just how he is. You just can't get through to him sometimes. And I think that's also why he lost so many relationships and people walk away from him. It's just like, you're the wrong person to be in these rooms. You have to play the game. Kendrick just showed us that at the fucking halftime show. You got to play the game. Doesn't mean that you have to demoralize yourself, but if you can't play the game, rather than burn every fucking bridge the way that he does loudly and proudly, you can only go but so far. All right. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the movie and music producer was just hit with a $4 million default judgment in Josh Webber's defamation suit against him. Default judgment. When I hear default judgment, sometimes you get a default judgment if the person doesn't even show up to court. Default judgment? I'm saying my lawyers that be in these streams, go ahead and drop a comment. Default judgment? Don't tell me that you lost from like negligence. Like, all right. Webber filed a suit back in April 2024, claiming he lost out on $4 million producing and directing a directing gig because of some defamatory comments Damon made about him on the podcast. In the lawsuit, Webber claimed Dame trashed him on the Earn Your Leisure podcast when he told host Webber stole from him in relation to their dispute over the movie Dear Frank. Now, I have some interesting thoughts about that. Let me read this last piece. On the podcast, Weber claims Damon said, I had a judgment and I knew this dickhead Chris Brown and Josh Weber and Muddy Waters. Chris Brown, the lawyer. I went through 4 trials with the same lawyer. What I lost was defamation because these guys trigger me and steal my shit. You think there's freedom of speech? It's really not. Now, I got a video to play based on this, but before I go to that, let me say this. Freedom of speech, it's very strong in this digital era as well as just the country period. Like, if you try to sue me because I dropped an opinion up here, it's going to be a long fight and it's going to be an uphill battle for you, right? Defamation, it's a whole different ball game, and I think people take that too lightly. Like, they think like freedom of speech and defamation have to be side by side all the time, and they don't. One thing about this right here, what we read, that makes a big distinction is the man proved, or he showed real, at least in the judge's eyes, damages, right? Now, if I come up here and I defame you and I say, Jay, I'm gonna use Jay, right? I'm gonna use the homie Jay right here. You will never be professional. You're the worst at what you do in your job. You should never work with anybody in the industry because you choose to have a black and white default picture. Right? Now, if you go to court and you want to say ARP defamed me because I believe it comes off bad to have a black and white picture now as my default picture, right? Okay, let's say we hear you out. Let's say I can't get that dismissed. Let's say that moves forward. How do you show your damages? You got to now show that this $4 million came from somebody that was about to give me a deal for my black and white picture, and then they took it off the table, just like Jay-Z is doing with Tony Busby. He's going to be able to show paperwork and all types of shit, contracts about that $20 million that you don't pluck numbers from thin air when you talk about damages. You can't. You have to show them. You have to show them in forms of contracts. You have to show them in forms of emails, communications, opportunities, your books, bank accounts, transactions, PayPal statements, bank statements. You have to show me how much you made this year. You made $100 this year, but you're suing me for $4 million. Okay, that's a problem within itself. They did that to ASAP Relly, right? But that's a problem within itself. Okay, show me how that $4 million was lost from you. Well, I had this deal over here with this director. It was on the table. He saw Dame Dash's interview, which went viral, had millions of views. He referenced it right here in this text message and says, right now, I think you're too hot in the news headlines for me to work with. You know, as far as that $4 million that we was discussing, I'm going in a different direction. That right there, you might walk into court and tag it with defamation based on the comments that were said and then show the damages for the $4 million. That's a big difference. You got to show the damages. And I think that was a big part of this right here. Now, this is the video that I wanted to play. People, this is a reminder that even if you feel that you're in the right, and even if you feel highly frustrated by somebody that you might feel has a frivolous lawsuit on you, or if you feel like somebody's robbing you or playing with you or messing you over, there's always a time and a place. That's why even for me, like if you pull me over on the side of the highway, I am very cordial with police. I could know I'm in the right. When we have this thing of when we know we're in the right, we go off. And I had to mature from it too. I had my times where I said things to authorities and police officers that I shouldn't have. And I was young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? But even when you're in the right, you have to control yourself. Sometimes when we know we're in the right, that's when we turn up the most. And you cannot conduct yourself like this in a legal process or in the middle of litigation or while you're being deposed. You just can't. Oh, my bad. Not that one. I don't want to play that one. I want to play this one.
Produced. They're all in the Google Drive.
Probably can't
Mr.
read.
Bouchon, you were very aware
the
of
testimony. I think I did send those texts that say that.
Hold on 1 second. I'm speaking now. Okay. The testimony is reflected in the transcript.
Why is it the sync looking weird? It's almost like it looks like a kung fu movie. Let me refresh it. Let me refresh that. Hold on. There we go.
I knew that I wasn't in good health.
Oh, of course.
Then
Now
one
we
day
get an
I went
ad.
to get my blood work done, and the
Of course, when we refresh it, we're gonna deal with an ad. But yeah, don't act like this in litigation, deposition, in court with authorities. Even if you feel like you're right, it's not good. You can even catch yourself additional charges. The jury, the judge, the litigator, the fucking arbitrator, nobody opposing lawyers. Nobody's gonna look at this the right way if you act like this.
This doesn't give you control.
We can't all
This
speak
gives
at
you
the
no
same
power. It just makes you look stupid. I'm gonna ruin you as a lawyer. You'll never be a lawyer again. I bet you I'm gonna make you
That's a
famous.
threat.
I'm just
That's a
giving you
threat.
rope to hang yourself. You're gonna be in a whole nother courtroom, in a whole nother place
Dane,
for your frivolous lawsuits.
Any texts that we've received,
we've
produced, they're all in the Google Drive.
Probably can't
Mr.
read.
Bouchon, you were very
But
aware
the
of this
testimony.
being-
I think I did. I did send those texts. That's it.
Hold on 1 second.
82.
I'm speaking now. Okay. The testimony is reflected in the
Culture
transcript.
vulture.
The accurate testimony.
Disgusting with
And to the
black
extent
people like you.
that there is
Don't
something
care about
that
the
reflects
black
that haven't been produced, we will produce that. Where you
You
going?
make me sick.
Where you going?
Makes me sick. I don't care about that self-preservation.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about this culture. Suck. Just put a whole he'll sell his whole culture out for $1.
Dane, please just let him ask the questions. Let's give him the answers. And
Said
let's
some
move
white
on.
man try to rob me. Suck.
All right. There's no
Suck.
question
It
pending.
ain't funny. You should be disgusted. You represent everything that's terrible about our whole community, man. I'm gonna make
Dave,
sure the
can
world
we go
knows
off the
about
record for a
people
second?
like you.
No, we
Yeah,
cannot.
I want the people to know how disgusted
No.
I am.
Okay.
I'm human, bro. I get people like this try to rob me every day with a straight face. And they don't care about the culture. They only care about themselves.
I'm asking a question.
I'm just
my mistake.
Oh, your mistake. So she was not
Nah,
present?
not her. No. I just said my mistake. I ain't saying it again.
Do you frequently make mistakes, Mr.
Always.
Brown?
I make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm human. Silly. That's not going to go anywhere in court.
Do you make mistakes? I just got him there. He made a mistake.
He's a clown.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on a technicality. He won't be able to come because of a
please.
warrant, so I'll do it in New York.
And now I'm right in front of you. You're sweating like a clown. Scared. Look at you all mumbly. Look at you jittery. Look at you jittery.
Dane, please.
We got it. We got it. You
Okay.
said it already.
Let's
You know
go.
what happens? My triggers are when you ask me a question more than once. So if you tell me something more than once, that's when I'm interrupting.
So
Period. That's what's happening.
So allow me to
wait,
object.
stop. Let me just say something. The only time I'm interrupting him is when he asks me a question more than once. So when he asks me the same question, that's when I stop him. You get the first question. So, yeah.
We're
Hello?
still on the record.
Sorry.
I'm shutting this down. This is ridiculous.
No.
This is
Dane,
ridiculous.
please, we gotta
Your
finish the
client is
questions.
unruly. He's answering the phone.
Come on.
The witness
We
is
need to-
here.
She's
we need to
talking.
address this
I'm
business.
answering while I'm talking to her, not you. That was
This
a
is
break.
not
I
gonna
have stood
continue
up.
this
Yes,
way.
it is.
Just
It's
continue
fine.
your
Stop
examination.
crying.
The witness
Stop
is
crying. You're a
continuing this
lawyer.
way.
You're a lawyer.
With
Come
all due
on.
respect, it's his examination. If he wants to conduct it, he can conduct it. If he doesn't, then we can terminate this. But that's on you.
Yeah.
The witness is here.
I'm right here. He's a clown.
All right. You're gonna address the judge tomorrow.
Yeah,
If there's
he can say all
issues
this.
with
He's
this,
gonna-
you can
oh,
talk
he took
about
the
it.
phone call with the best.
Yo, it's crazy. Oh shit, and it's bugged out because your lawyers will prep you before you go into a litigation, an arbitration, a trial, and you also have to prep yourself. Like, you're sitting there, you're well shaved, you're ready, you're presentable, you got your button up shirt on, your tie on. He's presentable, and he snapped. He lost control of himself there. And I get the human element that he said. I do respect that, but you just can't do it. And fast forward, it's to the point where you didn't even want to show up for your shit. You got a default judgment, $4 million, another problem, financial problem, in the midst of you already showing us how bad of a spot you've been in. It's just tough, man. And I hope he could figure out a way to sustain himself the best possible. That's the best I could do for Dame Dash right now. Quick, real quick. If you've been on a bunch of our recent streams, y'all know why I pulled this up. Future's secret ex claims rapper only gave her 15 to 25,000 per meetup. Oh shit. And says Future is the cheapest on my roster. Hold on, let me. There's so much going on in this fucking post, B. This one sentence gives me too much. 2 sentences give me way too much. All right, Future's secret ex. Well, can you be an ex if you're also a secret? Can you be a girlfriend if you're a secret? Can you be a girlfriend or an ex if you're on a roster? I don't know. Y'all determine that. Rapper only. Can $15,000 to $20,000 per meetup also have in the same sentence the word only? Or are you counting his pockets? Oh, you got all this money. You sold your catalog for $200 million, man. You only gonna give me 15 to 20 per meetup? Then the per, there's so much going on here. Then the per meetup. So how many times did you get 15 through 20? Did you get it 2-3 times a year? Let's say hypothetically that's 45 grand. There's some people that don't make $45,000 in a year. And plus you got a roster. Shit, you doing all right. This can't be today's woman, B. And the reason why I thought that this was funny and related to a prior stream that we did, obviously, is when we was talking about Boosie's video when he went off about flying a woman in. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, I blame too many of you fucking, I'm not going to say rappers. I'm not going to say celebrities. I'm just going to say rich men. I blame too many of you rich men that it's not about courting a woman no more. It's not about, hey, I see, even if we could use social media, the social media era. So I come from an era where you had to meet her and bag her. You know what I'm saying? You had to fucking write her number even on your hand sometimes, or write it on a napkin at the bar in the club. Even before, I was in a club before cell phones. You know what I'm saying? And so exchange beeper numbers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to bag them face to face. There was no social media. There was no dating websites. There was no slide in somebody's DMs. I had to walk up on you and say, shorty, can I holler at you for a second? That's where I come from. I've adapted just like everybody else. I'm not acting like a dinosaur. Okay. So let's go current day. No problem. If you want to just see somebody on the internet, you're attracted or you're interested and you want to get with them, no fucking problem, people. But it's okay to want to give a level of courtship. Because if you can give a level of courtship, fellas, celebrities, rich men, tricks, if you can give a level of courtship, it won't cost you anything other than the money that you would normally spend within your dating scenario. You don't have to pay a tab if you can just provide a level of courtship. Just get her to like you. If you like her, y'all like each other and y'all link up. Instead of making it a fucking a business deal. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking business deal for y'all because y'all are using your celebrity and your power and your money to DM somebody and say, yo, I want to fuck. And then that's it. And that's cool. Be direct and get to the point. Fine. And today's woman, not all of them, some of them, that's fine. Like, okay, cool. I don't know you. I don't care. Matter of fact, I saw you on TV before. Not a problem. Send a flight and send the deposit. That's when we had that interesting conversation about separating, you know, a trick from tricking versus prostitution versus just flying somebody out and all that. That was an interesting conversation. Y'all check it out. It's the thumbnail that got Boosie in it if y'all didn't see it, right? But Jesus Christ, this woman is literally just showing the epitome of what I deem personally a disgusting person because that's all you got to offer. Both of y'all is looking stupid here to me. Both of y'all. My goal is to, you know what? Let me not do that. 15 to 20,000 per meetup and says Future is the cheapest on my roster. And then y'all get these women pregnant, these rostered up women that are getting paid by all these other niggas. Because if other niggas is paying her, then them niggas is rich too, like 15 more than that. And these are the women y'all end up getting pregnant. Whatever her fucking ad is, Gorgeous Doll is her name. Hashtag Gorgeous Doll. Stay the fuck away from her. Another industry swinging, expecting transactions to. Oh man, this can't be today's woman. Please don't let it continue to be today's woman. Fathers, mothers, watch your daughters. Please, 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 please watch your daughters. Peep this quick breakdown about Drake's $400 million deal, y'all.
Drake got the $500 million. Everybody's like, Drake got $500 million. I'm like, so Universal gives him, when they gave him $500 million, I was like, oh, they set him up. He don't even know it because I know how they gave it to him. I know how it works. When they give you a check, what does a check equal? More work. They gave you $500 million. So now, remember Drake dropped an album every 2 years? He started dropping the album every 9 months. That's how he burnt himself out.
I probably won't make music for a little bit. I'm going to be real with you. I need to focus on my health first and foremost.
So remember, he dropped the record with 21 Savage. He dropped it. If you're reading this, it's too late. He dropped all these albums, and then he announced, I'm burnt out. That was because they gave him $500 million and said, we'll give you $500 million, but we need more records. And he's like, cool, not realizing they giving you a loan on money that they gonna make from you any way. So in a lot of ways with him suing him, I'm like, you suing him for the wrong reasons. If I'm being honest, you suing about Kendrick, you don't even know. Artists do not know how, any artists listen to this, they do not know how much their catalogs work because they keep getting advances for more catalog. And Drake got the $500 million.
Because they keep getting they don't know how much their catalogs are worth because they keep getting advances for more catalog. Now, the person talking right there, Ray Daniels, is a producer. He's a well-established and very respected music exec as well. I think he owns a management company too. Like Ray Daniels if he speaks about stuff like this, you give it an ear, put it that way. Okay. And that breakdown sounds very, very accurate. And when we keep hearing that number 400, to hear somebody in the industry confirm it like that, like, yeah, when they gave him that 400, I know what that means. Now, granted, I don't want to hate or come off like it's a bad thing of what Drake accepted, because the terms could be life once in a lifetime type of terms. It's life-changing and multi-generational change in money. $400 million. If you are in the business of making music and your record label, UMG, approaches you and says, I want to give you $400 million and you're going to do 6 albums or 5 albums over the next 5 years, and you're also going to do 10 tours or whatever, and that's what I do for a living, like, I'm probably going to sign that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, me and my lawyer, let's read through the contract, make sure that everything is aligned the right way. Cool. But I'm already at the table and then some, because it's $400 million for what I'm already trying to do for a living. This makes sense, right? So it's the terms of it though. And this is an actual Drake backed point that I'm about to make. This is not a Kendrick channel or a Drake channel, y'all. I'm always going to call it fair. The thing about Drake's defamation case, is bullshit as some of that shit is, and lame as some of that shit is, it makes sense for him to be negotiating more than 400 million prior to the Kendrick Lamar battle, especially with him being who he is in the music industry and having the Billboard dominance and the number charting dominance and the fan base that he continued to build alongside his counterparts like UMG, and the support factors and the features and all that. But he still is in the middle of it, right? We know that you're not on your own here, but you're in the middle of it. And now I'm coming back to the table. I'm saying 600 million. I know what I had to go through for that 400 million, to the point where I was burnt out. I'm complaining about my health. I see the amount of catalog that y'all got out of me for that $400 million. And I probably could at least guesstimate. I don't know what my catalog is worth, like Ray Daniels just broke down, but I could guesstimate. I'm also seeing other deals that's happening in the industry. My catalog, it's me. I'm Drake. My catalog might be worth $1 billion easy. So I just did 400 million with y'all. I feel like y'all maybe $1 billion is too small. I did 400 million with y'all for the last 5 years. I did all that work to the point where I was burnt out. And I think that y'all made 5 billion off of me, and I made 400, right? Okay, next time around, there's no way I want the same thing. I might want 800, 900 million. And these numbers, I feel like people jump out the window because they're just not common numbers. A lot of us don't earn $1 billion in here or earn $400 million. So when we see numbers like this, we just already... But we don't understand. We're not in that tax bracket. We can't identify. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be fair there. Like, there's a lot of things even in my lifestyle that when I interact with certain people, I'm just like, there's certain things I'm saying you can't understand. You saw my breakdown yesterday about Joe Budden shit. There's people that might watch yesterday's stream and they can't understand because they never lived at a certain level. You know what I'm saying? They don't get it. They just, like, if I tell you, hey, I gotta spend $2,000 a month on landscaping. Some people just like, oh, that's stupid. And I'm just like, you don't, it's different. It's different brackets, there's different levels, there's different lifestyles, there's different expectations, there's different motivation, there's all these differences person to person, deal to deal. So I do believe that Drake should have been at that table for more than $400 million. We already pulled up how much UMG is worth. And he probably looks around and says, I'm a lion's share of how you've made all this type of money. I'm the one that's Googling you and seeing that you worth $40 billion and you want to pay me 400 and I'm really your biggest dog over here. Oh, no. We got to negotiate. I deal the same thing with the battle rappers. Wait. I heard rumors, man, that Max Out Part 1 with Hitman and Cassidy made this much ARP. Oh, no. Hitman's like, no. I heard some rumors, man. I saw the pay-per-view streams, man. Now I know what the Cassidy and the Hitman face-off generated. No. I'm about to battle Calico, cool, but no. I need more than I have for the Cassidy battle. He's got ammo. And I'm being fair. I'm always going to be fair. He's got ammo. All right, let's talk. Let's negotiate. In that case, I'm UMG and he's Drake. And I'm just like, let's negotiate. What you want? Speaking of Holla, look at that tie-in on accident. I might be back here later on this evening with Holla as a special guest. We got some stuff to talk about. So tweet us both. Tweet at you see my Twitter up here at ITSARP and also at Hitman Holla. ARP, when you interview Holla tonight, ask him this question. Tweet us that. And we'll probably be on here tonight. We'll see. We're going to try to make some time to both get up here and talk to y'all. All right, let's keep it pushing. Couple more for y'all. Don't worry. Couple more, not too much. This one's just going to be a quick opinion. I don't know how people be saying that there's nothing to talk about on the internet. Like, I don't understand that. For me, it's like there's too much. These streams are getting too long for me, man. I got shit to do. Do y'all agree or disagree with this? The NFL has banned the nose wipe celebration, calling it a violent gesture. It's a 15-yard penalty now. All right, you see, C is already, he's the main guy. He gets tackled, or he goes this way sometimes. Either way, right? What do y'all think about that? Look, it's an official rule now. Section 3, unsportsmanlike conduct. Article 1, prohibited acts. It's literally passed in their NFL handbook. No more nose wiping. Is it a violent gesture? Should it be banned as a celebration or move in the NFL or in the NBA or in the sports world? Should it be banned? Do you want me to make the question even more complex? So then, can Serena Williams crip walk? Because we don't look at Serena Williams as a gang member, just like we don't look at this NFL player as a gang member. But are they doing violent or gang culture-based symbolism? Can a basketball player throw up a C? Now, the B, everybody gets away with in the NBA because they could just say that that's a three-pointer I just hit. James Harden can say that. That's a three. I hit a three-pointer. You know what I'm saying? It's not a B. That's a fucking shot that I just made. He's got a lot of blood accusations on him over the years. I don't know. But the C, though, if you're in the NBA, you hit a shot and it's like, I don't know if you get that. Should that be banned? From a corporate America standpoint, yes. The answer is yes. This is business that they are trying to run. They got to protect the bad. This is the corporate side of the answer, people. This is why Janet Jackson, we love the controversy of it, but we could never bring you back to another halftime show. This is why if those Kendrick Lamar complaints were a million instead of 130, okay, the NFL is going to turn and figure out what's going on. Look at these headlines and what's going on in the hip-hop world. Hip-hop is one of the biggest commodities. All these major companies and major entities all the way up to the Super Bowl use hip-hop. They want it on their commercials. I don't care if it's State Farm. I don't care if it's McDonald's. I don't care if it's Drake on Sprite. I don't care if it's Nike and Michael Jordan's commercial. I don't care if it's the halftime show. I don't care if it's the Oscars. I don't care if it's SNL. Hip-hop is there. It's the biggest commodity from a music standpoint. It's a bigger commodity than any other music genre in the world today. Hip-hop, okay? So hip-hop culture includes our cultures of gang, our neighborhoods, it's all mixed in there. So at any given moment, Serena Williams might be at Wimbledon crip walking, right? Or an NFL player might get up and wipe his nose after he got tackled. Corporate America can't stay there to the point where that gets rampant. They can't, because now you got little Timmy, who don't know nothing about nothing, is watching Sunday Night Football every fucking week, and he starts telling daddy, he wipes his nose, and they start doing it in school. And next thing you know, it's this big fucking epidemic, and the people are talking about it, right? And it leads back to the NFL, and they get criticized. This is them nipping it in the bud early, right? We've seen stuff like this before. You want a smaller scale example? How about Jeezy's t-shirt when he was wearing the snowman t-shirts? Little Timmy that walked into school. Damn, my references is crazy. I didn't plan to say Young Jeezy. I'm sick in the head. Little Timmy walked into school, and some of them teachers really just y'all laughing at me for little Timmy wiping his nose. I'll do this live, people. This is just me. He walked into school that day, you know, and some of them teachers thought it's just a snowman. Little Timmy, when it snows, there's 3 balls of snow, stack them up, the carrot nose and 2 rocks as the eyes. Cool. And then the school starts to figure out, like, that's about drug dealing and coke sales and Jeezy and shit. And then sooner or later it gets to Jeezy and possibly even the people that's behind Jeezy, his fucking corporate structures or his record labels. Can we do our next album with a snowman on it? We got to be careful. I don't know. Can our album be on the shelf at Kmart now if it's got a snowman on it? And we just had this situation in school where kids was getting sent home to change their t-shirts. The Jeezy example happened a billion times. And now when you take this type of shit up into the fucking these corporate multi-billion dollar structures like the NFL, Young Thug is very visible within this big hip hop commodity. Very visible. His fucking trial at the whole world watch. Well, not the whole world, but the people that watch the NFL watch that. A lot of people. So I get it. I get it from the corporate America standpoint. And then you also got to ask yourself, if you're not involved in none of that shit, why use that of all things? Why throw up gang cultures or gang symbolism and hand signs and that person got killed, i.e. he got his nose wiped? Why use that of all things? I want to be able to watch people have the freedom of expression, but at the same time, I'm just not one-sided in understanding a situation. So the NFL was gonna do this, and I think that they just was trying to catch it early, because you just don't want it to sprawl out to little Timmy. I think it was your little Timmy again. Can't ban the snowman. Oh man. Yeah. There you go, DMV doll. Gangsta rap is responsible for the parental advisory sticker for explicit content. Yes. People got to a point where they had to figure out how to title and do cover art that could actually be on the shelf of Kmart without having a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get away with the shit that we got away with back. Snoop Dogg's cover with him sitting on top of the doghouse roof and reaching down to the other dog, the female dog's ass. You can't do that in today's world. Well, if you get away with it, maybe it's because you're in a digital space and you put that like on your YouTube channel or like a Vivo channel or something like that. Good luck pressing that up and getting that into all the stores. Like, it becomes controversial in the social media era, internet era now. And society is very sensitive. Society is very, very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Saying the word retard, right? Back then was just regular shit. Or the F word. I don't mean fuck. The F word. Look at these rappers when they interview. They won't say it. They won't rap it now. Back then, it was rampant. Times have changed. You're not going to get away with wiping your fucking nose every time you get up from being tackled. In the NFL, they protecting the bag. You know, right or wrong. They protecting the bag. I promise this is the fastest one. I promise. Drill rap takes another hit. We saw what happened with K Flock the other day, right? He's facing sentencing in July. I believe life is off the table for him now because they took some of his guilty verdicts off of the table, I believe, when it comes to K Flock. But he could still get like 20. once again, you don't want to do a day in that mother. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what K-Flock ends up getting sentenced with in July. But look at this. Sheff G pled guilty to attempted murder and conspiracy in exchange for a 5-year prison sentence. Attempted murder and conspiracy, and that's your plea, 5 years. I guess a lot of people is going to say, hey, the type of shit that we heard Sheff G was involved in sounds like a good situation. No, I don't know. 2 days after the homicide, Williams hosted a lavish dinner with his fellow 8-Tray Crips and Non-Ways members, including Tegan Chambers, at a Manhattan steakhouse to celebrate the death of Theodore Sr. and the injuries of the 5 other shooting victims. Furthermore, it is alleged that Williams, who rented a large house in Short Hills, New Jersey during the conspiracy period, used the earnings from his music career to fuel gun violence in Brooklyn by offering money and giving expensive jewelry to those who committed acts of violence. Williams' involvement went beyond merely offering money to commit acts of violence. It is alleged that in one shooting incident, Williams coordinated a group of 3 shooters, drove those shooters to the crime scene, and then acted as a getaway driver. So this is why I say 5 years and they got you fighting all of that. Now, he could have continued and possibly lost, and God knows what he would have faced if he would have lost this trial. But to take a plea deal of 5 years, I'm pretty sure that man knows the stuff that he's been involved in. And this was Sheff G's reputation on the drill side of things. And it's not Bronx, you know what I'm saying, which seems to be the hottest when it comes to the Bronx drill rap or New York drill rap. This is Brooklyn. But Brooklyn had a lot of shit going on too. And Sheff G was one of the biggest names that always came up in the midst of it. Okay. Fights, shootings, the songs, the lyrics. It's a lot. This just seems lower profile, maybe because he wasn't that as established of a public artist outside of the New York drill scene, maybe. So maybe that's not why this is all not viral all over the place. But yeah, 5-year plea deal. And if you know New York drill rap, you know who Sheff G is. So they just take another hit. You young men need to calm down and chill out, please. But all right, this isn't the laugh of the day. This is what I'll just call the video of the day or the clip of the day. I like closing out streams with either voting polls, laugh of the days. Now I'll start doing clip of the days. I don't know. It's fun to me. But what do y'all think about this video right here?
Fernando, I work with Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845. Okay. So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. No, man, that wasn't even. I'm Fernando. I work with Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845. Okay. So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. No, man, that wasn't even.
At least we can laugh about it. I see the chat. At least we can laugh about it, right? Yo, you heard the dude he's talking to. He said, "Nah, I forget." He walked off on him like, and then this guy looked like he walked off like he confused himself. Like, what the fuck did I just do? What the fuck did I just say? We're just running around talking to not niggas. Fuck, I meant to say neighbors. Like, yo, dude. That shit is insane to me. But clip of the day for y'all. Do me a favor, people. Because my DMs is I'm trying to keep up. I really am. My DMs. I think I opened the floodgates by saying send me news, people. And this is a team effort, so I'm not retracting that. But send me news stuff, people. Don't start sending me clips like, oh, he's doing clips of the day. Don't start sending me clips. I can't get through everything, people. Please, 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 please. But damn, an hour and 50. No mic drop type shit today. Okay. I'm not gonna try to catch y'all left field or nothing. Enjoy your Thursday. Week is almost over as far as the work week. We are almost to Friday. And like I said, tweet me if you have questions for me and Holla. Tweet both of us and ask or put out there what you want me to ask them if I'm able to sync up our times for coming back on the stream tonight. Okay. So keep your notifications on. I know we're here Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays are typically like 7 or 8, right? But still turn your notifications on because you never know if I'm going to upload members exclusives or if I'm going to go live again in the afternoon because something we got to get on this. We can't wait for the morning, or if I got a guest or something like that. So keep your notifications on, y'all. Share the video, like, comment, all that, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all day.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.